Hello everyone and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We're continuing our jaunt through the Commonwealth Coalition, and today we have a bit of an unexpected comparison for you. We're in the Tank tab, and we're not talking about the Challenger 2 because it's, believe it or not, the only super heavy available to these three factions. But instead we're looking at the Challenger 1 Mark 1, clocking in at 105 points, and comparing it to something in the Vehicle tab, which is the Canadian Chimera. Now, this is something that might kind of catch you off guard. You don't usually look for tanks specifically in this price range in the Vehicle tab, but it's what is available to the Commonwealth, so it's what we need to be talking about today. And we do have Quicksilver with us again to sort of walk through the thought process on these two units and talk about which one you'd take.
So, it really depends what you're after in a tank. The Chimera is absolutely amazing point-wise. Like, you get 20 frontal armor, 12 side armor, and 19 AP for 110 points and 60% accuracy. You'll notice it doesn't have a stabilizer, and the reason for that is it doesn't have a turret. And I'll come back to that in a second. But if you go over to the Challenger, you've got very similar stats, albeit slightly worse. But it also has a turret and a stabilizer.
Yeah, I mean, for 5 points additional, the gun seems strictly better, other than the lack of stabilizer, and the armor, that 1 point, makes a huge difference when you're getting up to that high of armor value. But both the rates of fire are the same, so I guess that doesn't really matter too much. You said you go back to the stabilizer. Why is that important?
So the stabilizer really allows you to move, to shoot on the move. More importantly, it allows you to shoot while retreating. With the Chimera, you can't shoot while backing it up into smoke, and you also have to keep in mind, if you do want to stop and shoot while backing it up, it will turn its entire front to face whatever it's shooting, which is a benefit and a can be a problem at times. You got to play around with it. It's a very fiddly unit.
So the unit we're looking at right here in the background, that's the Mark 1, and it has that free rotation, which we see it's doing right now, and the Chimera just can't do that.
Yeah, no, it can't do that. It's a fixed gun place. It's a tank destroyer.
Fair enough.
But it is really good and really survivable if you learn how to micro it. So newer players, I would recommend the Challenger 1, but if you're looking for a fun and interesting challenge, the Chimera can be very rewarding.
Fair enough. Well, you heard it here. Give the Chimera a try. And I guess something else, just for the deck building perspective, if you're throwing points into the Vehicle tab instead of the Tank tab, which is usually a bit more crowded, you might be able to shave off a couple activation points if your Chimera is sort of your medium-heavy tank. So that'll do it for our comparison today. Thank you for hanging around, and we'll have another one for you tomorrow.